Hi, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. Today's pick a card is going to be random topics, messages from your spirit guides, okay? I don't know what the topics are. Each one has its own topic that I pulled out of this bag here that's full of different topics. So we're going to take a look and see what is it that they want to talk to you about. So again, each pile has a different topic. I don't know what they are, but let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So for pile 1, we have the Aquarian Tarot. I love this deck. Pile 1 is the Aquarian Tarot. Pile 2 is the Wonderland Tarot. Okay, pile 2 is the Wonderland Tarot. Pile 3 is the Vanessa Tarot. Pile 3 is the Vanessa Tarot. Pile 4 is the Barbara Walker Tarot. Okay, pile 4 is the Barbara Walker Tarot. Nope. And pile number 5 is the Gummy Bear Tarot. Okay, pile 5, the Gummy Bear Tarot. Okay, go ahead, take a look at the piles. If you feel called to pick more than one pile, go right ahead. I mean, they're all different topics, right? Timestamps will be down below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, the Aquarian Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, associated with air. So you could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, of course, right? Air element. Like I said, I don't know what your topic is. I did pick randomly out of this topic bag. So before we get into it, let me go ahead and pull one of these dream discernment cards to see a little bit about what is it that your spirit guides want to talk to you about. What is the message here? Okay. Pile 1. Let me tap in. Let me tap into the energy. Okay. We have 57 with boxing. Are you aware of those who are viewing you as competition? Interesting. Okay, so that might be part of what they want to talk to you about. Oh, come on now. But let's go ahead and get your topic. Okay. What blessings are coming your way? Interesting. With this boxing and people viewing you as competition, it is 57, breaks down to the number 3. And to me, the number 3 is always Aquarius energy. How funny, right? The Aquarian Tarot. 3 is always Aquarius energy. It's always thinking outside the box. And I feel like you have blessings coming to you for your creativity, for the things that you do, just how you are. But there could also be people that are hating on it. It's almost like there's already this notion or indication that there's blessings and good things coming your way. Oh, my nose is starting to itch. That there's blessings and good things coming your way, and there's already people kind of like jealous over it. It's almost like they're counting your chickens before they hatch type thing, but they're jealous over it, and you're like, I still have the eggs here, the chickens haven't hatched, it's coming, right? But there might be people that are viewing you as competition. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Okay, it's the High Priestess in the reverse. Look at that. Secrets. Secrets being revealed. Intentions. But let's take a look and see what are the blessings coming your way, pile 1. That is something they want you to be aware of, that there's blessings coming your way, but those blessings are also going to come with like some haters. Okay, we have the Death card in the reverse. Scorpio energy. Interesting. And you might be a Scorpio, or they might be a Scorpio. 8 of Pentacles. This is Capricorn. This is Earth energy. It could also be Taurus, Virgo. But this, again, that has to do with your progress, with your hard work. And it's like somebody doesn't want to see that. Somebody doesn't want your hard work to basically pay off. Yeah, they're viewing you as competition. So it's almost like if they see you, if they feel like you're getting ahead of them or you're going to get ahead of them, they are not pleased about that. But this is still the blessing that is coming for you. Like I said, even though it's going to have some jealousy, envy, haters attached to it, it's still coming for you because this is still for you. Okay. What is this? We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So not talking, somebody might be saying negative things about your blessings, and maybe not even talking to you anymore. Or there's this, I don't know, it's this weird energy here of them like saying no, 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 like they don't want you to move on, to move forward, to progress, to have blessings. And why are they viewing you as competition? That's what I want to know too. It's like if your blessings are coming, those are your blessings. They are for you. So when it's their time and they get their blessings, and that's for them, like why would they be upset over your blessings? We have the sun in the reverse, Leo energy. Yeah, they definitely don't want you to shine. They, don't want you to stand. Now we do have the death card here in the reverse, and then we have the sun card in the reverse, two major arcanas here. And so I definitely do feel like this person doesn't want to see your progress. They don't want your hard work to pay off. They're viewing you as competition, and whatever this is. This could even be at work. This could be at work, could be family, right? Maybe they want to be ahead more than everybody else. Okay, we have two. Look at that. We have the Six of Rods here. Look at that. There you go. There is your blessings. There is your blessings, and it's underneath the Eight of Pentacles. Your hard work, definitely, it's going to get you noticed. It's going to get you props. It's going to get you, good job. People, knowing that you've worked hard and giving you credit where credit is due. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Swords. Are you kidding me? Underneath the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, somebody being upset, having anxiety, being stressed out, and not wanting you to move on. Interesting. We have the Page of Rods in the reverse on the bottom. That is interesting because it's almost like this person, if they had it their way, you wouldn't progress, is what I'm getting. Okay. If they had it their way, you would not be having any progress moving forward. But again, the topic from your spirit guides is what blessings are coming your way. And then the card also that we pulled to get another feel of the energy was that the boxing. Are you aware that those who are viewing you as competition? Okay. Okay, let's see what else we get. Oh, too many. You might be getting a promotion, or you might be getting a new job, like something that pays more, because it's like you've already probably done the training, you went to school, whatever this is like where there's going to be more finances here for you. So definitely money is part of the blessings. Blessings could be in all kinds of ways, right? Many types of blessings, but for you, I see it as like monetary. So like I said, this could be a new job, and this could be somebody at work too that's seeing you as competition, that doesn't want you to move up. This could be somebody that's been like at the company for a lot more years than you, but you're the one that has like you've like have more training, or you're better at it, or whatever this is, and you're the one kind of moving up. And this person's like, well, I've been with the company 18 years and you've been here 3, so why are you moving up? So it could be something like that too. Yeah, this person doesn't like that you are shining, but again, your hard work is paying off here with some blessings, with some finances. We have 9 swords, and then that 1 sword above it, that is 10 swords, the 10 of swords. So this is something that is ending too. So maybe you've also had some struggles, and it's been worrying you. It's given you anxiety. It's kept you up at night. But it seems like it's going to get better. And that is another, like I said, the blessing that is coming is money. And also it's a blessing to not have to worry and stress so much, right? So that is part of it here too. Where you're not going to have so much worry or so much weight on your shoulders so much anymore. Okay, let me get 2 more, please. Okay. And we have 66 here with no's. Are those in your environment having too many opinions in your life? Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, here we have all the nosy Nellies and negative Nancy's coming in, butting in with their nose, sticking their nose in and being like, well, I don't think pile 1 really deserves that blessing. They don't deserve that promotion. They don't deserve blah, 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 whatever it is, XYZ. And yeah, they're jealous or envious or hating, but that's what your guides are saying as part of what's coming with this blessing. There's that too. There's this issue, but you're definitely having um, less stress, less worries, and better finances coming in here. Just more comfortable, right? More comfortable. I'm also hearing more comfortable in your skin, maybe just feeling more confidence too. And we do have the sun here, even though it's in the reverse, it's still really good. It's still a very positive card, even though it's in the reverse. The sun is the best card in the tarot, hands down. So even when it's in the reverse, it's still a really good positive. It's still a really good result. So again, even though you have the negative Nancy's and all the naysayers here, there's still a really good result for you despite them. Despite that, there's still good results here for you. Let me get one more, please. There we go. And we have card number 5, changes, choices, and challenges, right? With book. Have you learned your lessons to not repeat the same cycles again? Look at that. The book here. So you've definitely learned some lessons, okay? And you're not repeating the same things. And again, I feel like there's a progress here for you where you're moving on. You're thinking more clearly. You're feeling better. You're feeling more confident. You've worked really hard in whatever this is. So again, with the book here, you could have also, like I said, you could have also like studied something or whatever you've trained on. But that's what's going to also help you get that blessing of money, of finances here. You know, maybe your studies are what's helping you. Okay. All right, pile 1, that is what I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 2, the Wonderland Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with Earth. So you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, okay? Now, we are going to look at your topic because, like I said, I pulled it out of this bag and I don't know what your topic is, but I want to go ahead and pull a card from my Dream Discernment deck and to get a little more of the energy of what is the message here for you from your guides, okay? Pile number 2. For those that picked pile number 2, can you give me a little bit of clarity over what this message is for them, please? Okay, that was fast. And we have 75 with butterfly. Okay. Have you reflected on the transformation and rebirth of your old way of life to this new one? So there's been a shift here for you. And I feel like your guides are saying, like, have you thought about it, like how far you've come and the changes that you've made? There's a transformation here for you. So something has changed, something has died away, but there's been a rebirth of a different version of situations, events of you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your card. At your topic. Okay. Well, let's see what your topic is. Okay. What would they ask a tarot reader about you? Oh, okay. So something here has changed. Maybe a relationship, a situationship, a friendship. Something here has maybe changed with somebody. And you've definitely transformed. There's something different about you. And this person almost seems to not recognize you anymore, or they feel there's something different about you. And the question here is, what would they ask a tarot reader about you? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's get into this pile 2. Oh, I'm curious. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see. Pile 2, please. Woo, okay. All right. And we have the Fool. Look at that. New journey, new beginnings. We have the Mad Hatter here. Oh my gosh. There's something new here. There's definitely a rebirth here with the Fool. So something has changed. It's like you're on a new path, a new journey, maybe even like a spiritual, journey. There's something very different here about you. And somebody, I don't know who yet, right? We don't know who, but somebody is like, this person, pile 2, has changed. And I kind of want to know why or what's going on with them. So this person is kind of like seeing you as somebody that's on a new path. Maybe you've taken now a different path from them. Maybe you were on the same path and you feel like that path doesn't align for you anymore, doesn't align with who you are. And it's like you've taken a different route, a different path. And this person's like, why? Why pile two? Why did pile two do that? Okay. And we have the Seven of Hearts in the reverse. This is water. This is Scorpio energy. The Fool is Uranus. It is Aquarius energy here. Yeah, you've changed. And this person sees you as somebody that has changed. And they want to know why. Because the Seven of Cups is like asking questions, right? Like, well, which one and what's going on? And there's this confusion and illusion. And it's like wanting clarity. It's in the reverse. So it's like this person wants to see clarity. They want to know why things are the way they are. Why are you the way you are now? This person, somebody definitely wants answers. I'll tell you that. Okay, we have the Ace of Flamingos in the reverse. Yeah, maybe you're not talking to this person anymore. Maybe you've cut communication or you've cut off some of the communication. So maybe you're still talking to them, but it's become less. I'm definitely seeing like a blocked throat chakra. So, maybe you're not talking to this person as much. We have of the two of oh gosh, what is it called? The two of cloves in the reverse. And we have Judgment. Oh, okay. Very interesting because we have the two of gosh, I can't the two of clubs in the why am I calling them cloves? They kind of look like cloves. That we have the two of clubs in the reverse, which is interesting because it's underneath the Fool. So it's like this person I feel like they offered you to stay and you decided to say thanks but no thanks and like move on. And then we have the Judgment card next to it. We do have, Scorpio energy, Pluto energy. So it's kind of again Pluto transformation, Scorpio energy. So there's definitely something different about you here where you're like, I'm not aligning here anymore. I'm on a different path now. But I feel like because he's holding out a cup and this two of clubs here in the reverse, he's holding out a cup, but it's in the reverse, so it's like you refused that cup, you decided I'm going to move on. And yeah, we have the Fool and we have Judgment. This person seems to be kind of confused on why you're not really talking to them or why you've like taken a different path and changed things. Oh my gosh, look at that. We have the Three of Spades in the reverse, air element. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a broken heart. Somebody has a broken heart over you. This could be an ex. What do we have on the bottom? Oh, we have the Devil, of course. Capricorn energy. It is Earth. So we do have somebody here that maybe this was a toxic connection, right? Maybe you've broken the chains, right? Because the Devil has chains and you've broken chains. Here we have Alice slaying the dragon. So maybe this is something you've had to do. You've had to make a lot of changes and slay that dragon within like yourself to change. And I feel like this is something that hurt you, but you still decided to move on. Again, it's kind of like thanks, but no thanks. I must move on with my own life. I'm hearing, oh my gosh, I'm hearing that song now. Who sings it? Oh my gosh, let me see. What am I hearing? Slow it down, please, because I'm hearing it go kind of fast. Oh, I tear my heart open. I sew myself shut. My weakness is that I care too much, and the past behind. What the past reminds no, and the scars remind me that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel. So I'm hearing that. Hmm. So I'm hearing like somebody saying like why didn't you stay or why didn't you help me or why didn't we work through this or I'm definitely getting an X an X here. Oh, what do we have on the bottom? We have the Emperor in the reverse. Oh, I see. This person like to be in control of everything. They like to be the one to call the shots and it was like you're like I'm not on that path. I'm not, I'm not going to sit there and do what I'm told, right? Um Oh, I'm just hearing now Rage Against the Machine. Wow, there's music coming in through with your pile. I'm hearing F you, I won't do what you tell me. F you, I won't do what you tell me. But on the song, they actually say the word. I'm just cutting it out here for YouTube. But yeah, so I won't do what you tell me. So it's kind of like you kind of stepping into your power and saying, no, I'm not going to do what you tell me. I'm not going to be your puppet, right? And you're not going to be the puppet master. So and you've decided to walk away. So this person is definitely upset. They're in judgment of you, like, why would you not continue this, right? They're like, why? But of course, like, duh, why would you? But I do see them being hurt here, but I also see them kind of being over it. But at the same time, it's like they're not fully over you, but they're kind of over the fact that it wasn't going to like progress anymore, that you weren't going to allow to continue it. So it is kind of them wanting to ask like a tarot reader, like, well, why, or why did they change, or you know what I mean? Okay, let's get three. Let's get three cards, please. I feel almost like they're thinking to themselves, like, did pile two go crazy? Like, I'm kind of feeling them be like, oh, you believe in woo woo and crazy ideas and conspiracy. It's almost like they're judgmental of you. And yeah, we have the judgment card here. So I feel like they have this like judgmental attitude of you having changed. But again, you're on a different path, you're on a different level, you're on a different wavelength from them. You're not on that same road anymore. So they don't understand you. That's fine. Again, you've moved on, but they're kind of like stuck wondering, well, why did pile two become like that? What made them like that, Okay. Ooh. And we have drunk. Look at that. Oh my gosh, 82, break down to a 10, break down to a 1. Do you feel careless about not addressing a problem? Look at that. And again, it's like they feel like they want answers, like they want this addressed. And you might even feel bad that you walked away or that you didn't give them more, I guess, insight. But it's like they're still not going to understand you and it's still not going to work out. So why bother? Well, that's how I'm seeing it. But it's like to them, they're like, you couldn't give me more information, like we couldn't discuss this, we couldn't try to work at this. Let me get two. Okay. And we have book number 5. Pile 1 also had this card. Book. Have you learned your lessons to not repeat the same cycles again? Look at that. Yeah, you're definitely moved on from this, and there's growth here with you. There's definitely growth. There's a lot of change, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You've had to grow from pain. Like emotionally, you've changed, but it wasn't because of good things and happiness. It was because of difficulties and struggles and heartbreak, that you had to transform into this butterfly. There was heartbreak. Okay. Pile two. Pile two. One more, please. Pile two. And we have 47. Okay, with crystals. What in your life needs to be healed? Look at that. Okay, speaking of your emotional healing and your changes, we have crystals. And again, I feel like this person kind of looks at you like, what happened to you? What made you get into spirituality, or what are you doing, or why are you thinking that? And then we have crystals showing up saying, what in your life needs to be healed? Yeah, definitely a lot of healing here for you. We have traffic. Are you in a rut and setbacks keep you in a constant cycle? That is on the bottom. And again, that is why you have the Fool here moving forward. That is why you have the Fool. You're like, I'm moving out of this. I'm moving to a new path. The Fool a lot of times is seen as kind of like a spirit guide, guiding you through your journey. And the little dog that is with him can be seen as also as like the spirit guide. And this is you. So you are with your spirit guide, guiding you through this new journey, through this new enlightenment and clarity of changing things in your life. So I do see that. So that's why I do see this transformation here. And this could be this person, this ex. Like I said, I feel like an ex saying, what made pile two like do this? Why? Because you didn't want this anymore. You didn't want the devil energy anymore. You didn't want to be around the emperor and the reverse and the devil. That is such a difficult energy. Let me tell you, this is a very difficult energy to be around. And for this person to feel like you just got to sit there and take it, that's when you decide to get up and no, I can't. I'm not going to take it. I can't anymore. You know. Okay. All right, pile two. That is what I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 3, the Vanessa Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with electricity. So you could be any of the 12 zodiac signs, but normally I do associate this a little bit more closer to fire and air, okay? So, but you could be any of the 12 signs, okay? Before we get into your topic and see what it is, because they are all different topics that I did pull out of this little bag, let me go ahead and get you one of these cards first from my Dream Discernment deck and see a little bit more about what your spirit guides want to talk to you about in this random message. What do they want you to know? Pile number 3. Okay, we have walking. Okay, maybe walking away or walking towards something new. Okay, let's see. Pile number 3. Sorry about the shuffling. Sorry, can't help it. I love it. Okay, we have teeth here with number 4. Number 4, the number of stability. Okay, are you looking after your physical and mental health? Huh. Teeth. Are you looking after your physical and mental health? It is card number 4. You could be a life path number 4. It could also be 4th house, which is Cancer's house, right? Also, the teeth is about, yeah, your physical and mental health. So you could also need to go to the doctor, maybe get a checkup, or maybe you're not feeling good. Maybe you need to take some vitamins or just have a little more downtime, take a break or, take a day off or whatever it is you need to do to maybe help yourself feel a little bit better because maybe you are coming under the weather, or like I said, maybe needing a checkup with the doctor. But let's go ahead and see what is your topic message here. Let's see. What is it for pile number 3? How are you shocking your loved ones? Oh, okay. How are you shocking your loved ones? Pile number 3. Let's take a look and see. How are you shocking your loved ones? And like I said, this card is card number 4, which, like I said, it could be 4th house, and the 4th house is about the home, the family, your loved ones. So something in the home, something with your loved ones, right? And something like that is um, kind of like shocking them or leaving them a little bit surprised. But let's see. Oop, card fell. Let's see. It's in the reverse, but let me see what it is. Come on. Okay. It is the 2 of Wands in the reverse, and we have the 10 of Swords. Oh, goodness gracious. 10 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. Some type of difficulties, yeah. So you could be feeling a little bit low on energy, having back pains. Maybe you're not feeling good, and your loved ones are like, whoa, wait, maybe you need to go to a doctor, or maybe you just need to slow down too, is what I'm getting here. Maybe you're doing too much too, and they're like, you need to slow down. What is she doing? Let me see this card. Hold on, because it's in reverse. Oh, she's in the kitchen, looks like, but she's mixing chemicals, like a chemist. Look. And she has her apron on too, though. And it's in the reverse. So, yeah, maybe you're just doing too much, trying to figure out too many things. And they're maybe seeing that you might need to take a break, but you don't want to. Maybe you don't want to slow down. Or maybe you feel like you can't. It's not the moment. It's not the right time to take a break. And we have the Ace of Wands. Look at that fire element. Aries, Leo, Sag. The Two of Wands is fire also. Aries, Leo, Sag. And the Ten of Swords is air. It's Gemini. It could also be Libra, Aquarius. So we have air and fire, which I said is what I associate electricity with mostly. Air and fire, but it could be any of the 12 signs. And then we have it right here showing up. The Ace of Wands, new beginning. So your family, maybe they see you working really hard because you're starting a new beginning here, because she does have a wand here and it has a leaf growing out of it. There's one leaf, right? And she's like looking at her leaf that sprouted out really proud out of that wand. But after that leaf, there's going to be more leaves that are going to sprout out, and then there's going to be flowers. So there's a new beginning here. So your family is like being shocked that you're like, wow, like you're go busy, you're working really hard because there's a new beginning here. You're working towards a new beginning. You're feeling really moved too. It's like they see you being very moved by your spirit, right? By your passions and spirit, and what you feel called to do. So they're seeing you be very called to do what you want to do, and you're doing it. But again, they're kind of also seeing that maybe you might need to slow down or just take a break, or you don't have to be doing so much. Like they could probably offer to help. Maybe they're offering to help and you're not really letting them. There's definitely eyes on you here with your loved ones. There's definitely eyes on you on how you're doing so much and how you're changing things. But again, I do feel like there might be a need here for you to look after your physical and your mental, and don't have like burnout, you know? Don't burn yourself out here. And we have the death card. Look at that Scorpio energy. And I did see this card on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. So we do have the 10 of swords and we have the death card. Also, I'm getting, this might just be for a small percent of you, but there might be like there could be somebody that passed, and if you had somebody passed, I'm really sorry, but I'm also getting it's kind of like not addressing it, and you're not going through the process of grieving, you know. It's kind of like you're doing everything else, keeping yourself busy. You're doing everything but addressing the issues, but addressing the grief and addressing the pain. And it doesn't also necessarily have to mean like that somebody passed, but it could also be like somebody has left your life and it's really hurting you, but you're putting on the strong front and you're moving on and you're busy, 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 like a little busy bee. And they're saying that you maybe you're not addressing also the issue. So again, they're saying you might need to like slow it down and address your physical and mental to make sure that you're okay. Okay. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is touching the Ten of Swords also. Both air here touching the 10 and the 5. Yeah, I feel like mentally there's something you're not addressing, and that's what they're kind of looking at. They're concerned about that there's something here that you're not addressing. Hmm. Okay. And we have the Chariot, okay? Cancer energy, water. What's on the bottom? We have the Three of Wands waiting. Look at that, waiting. And she's in her dress all dolled up and pretty, waiting for that ship that's approaching, waiting for her time, waiting for whatever she's waiting for. She's kind of waiting for her moment. Hmm. But we have the Chariot here leaving, moving on. And this is also kind of like fast energy too. So I'm getting that they're like seeing you kind of go, 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 and just needing to kind of slow down, you know? Um, they see that you're doing good. They see that you're doing good, that you're making progress, that you're making moves, you're making changes. And like I said, out of this leaf, it's going to sprout more leaves and flowers. You're at the initiation of something here. But at the same time, they're like, wait, you're initiating something, but we do have to address what ended. You know, there was an ending here that we have to address. And then we can continue with this initiation here, right? Hmm. Okay. Look at this Five of Swords. This is she's walking away with the swords, and it's a woman here in purple, and the guy looks really sad. He's walking away. He looks heartbroken, like he's just walking away, and she's kind of got a little smirk on her face as she gets to walk away with all of his swords, and he's walking away with nothing. Then the moon is here too, so the moon, you know, does talk about your intuition, clarity, having illumination, right, being able to understand and feel things clearly. But like I said, it's in the reverse, so there's like maybe some feelings here, some feelings that we're not bringing to light, that we're just kind of holding them in and sheltering them, right? Okay. And this Five of Swords in the reverse is between two water cards, the Death card Scorpio and the Chariot Cancer. So it's very much sandwiched in between the two water emotions, right? So it's kind of like your emotions are like sandwiched in the middle and just kind of held it together there, and we're not addressing them. Okay. Ooh. And we have 48 the pig. Are you or someone being too stubborn and refusing to change? Oh, look at that. We got the piggy here. Are you being too stubborn or somebody? And there's a refusal to change. There's a refusal to move to move forward with something, you know, because the pig is fixed energy, which the fixed signs are Scorpio. We have Scorpio here, are Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. So you could also be one of these signs. But the fixed signs, like I always say, the fixed signs, they dig their heels in and they don't budge from that or from those thoughts or from those feelings or whatever the stance is. They kind of get stuck on that. So it's kind of like you're kind of stuck on not addressing the situation. You're kind of stuck on, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna, no, no, no. Like I got things to do. I'm busy. I'm busy. So you know what I mean? So they're seeing you kind of be a little bit stubborn with wanting to kind of take care of yourself, because again, they do want you to slow down and like take care of yourself. Okay. Let me get one more. Oh, and there it is. Oh my gosh, we have funeral. Are you kidding me? We have the Ten of Swords, which, you know, which is, it's like a death card, right? And then we do have the actual death card of the major arcana. And then we have a funeral here, 72 breaking down to a 9. 9 is the number of completion. So you definitely must have had a loss, you know, and I am so sorry if you did. But yeah, so this is how you're shocking your loved ones by just, you know, getting through it, right? Going through the motions, but not really, you know, going through the process of grief and addressing the feelings. Okay, what huge changes in your life do you need to accept and acknowledge? Are you kidding me? Let's read it again. What huge changes in your life do you need to accept and acknowledge? There's something here that you're not acknowledging. And your family, your loved ones, they're like, what is going on with you? You know? Um, I don't know. It's so weird too because I was talking to my friend Griselle from Untitled Tarot earlier. Shout out to her. Check out her channel. And we were actually talking about this. I was telling her how everybody, I guess, grieves. You know, grieves differently because we were talking about in the last video that girl that I said that like she insisted on taking me out to eat to a Cuban restaurant, and we did, and she ordered all kinds of stuff off the menu. Even at the end, I forgot to mention in the video that even at the end she ordered food to go. Like she, you know, ordered extra food to take home and stuff. And then at the end, she's like, "Oh, aren't you going to pay?" And I was like, "What?" So at the end, I paid. I flipped the bill. So anyway, so Griselle was, you know, mentioning to me today about that girl, you know, and again, I was just trying to be a good friend to her because she was, I guess, like in her grieving process, right? Because her husband had passed, and I was telling her, well, I guess everybody grieves differently because she used to always tell everybody that she didn't like to think of her husband as like crossed over. She used to like to think of her husband as like he ran off with another woman, and that way she wasn't sad, you know, because she's like, if I think about him being gone, then I'm gonna feel sad. She goes, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to think about that. She goes, so I just think to myself, oh, he ran off with another woman. She goes, so it kind of makes me mad at him. It kind of makes me like put him out of my mind. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. So I was telling herself and stuff out throughout today, like, well, I guess everybody grieves, you know, they grieve differently, right? And that was like her way, I guess, of not really focusing on the pain and you know yeah, like missing him, right? So she just kind of put him out of her mind saying, well, he ran off with somebody else, and that was kind of her way of dealing with it. But again, it's not really dealing with it. So that's kind of bringing me to this right here, um with this here with you, with your loved ones being shocked over you kind of maybe not addressing something, but maybe needing to slow down a little bit and kind of, you know, kind of do that, and they want you to take care of yourself. Okay, all right, that's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who chose pile number 4, the Barbara Walker Tarot, I would like to associate the piles with an element. And so, for this pile, I've associated it with fire. So, you could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This deck always gives me fire vibes, okay? But you don't have to be one of these fire signs. But before we get into your topic that I did randomly pick out of this little bag, and I don't know what your topic is, I want to go ahead and first get a card from my Dream Discernment deck and just get a little bit of the energy of what this topic is that your guides want to talk to you about, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it for pile number 4, please. A little bit of this energy on this topic, please. Pile number 4, please. Okay. And we have 63 breaking down to a 9. 9, the number of completion with storm. Oh, okay. Have you had a loss, shock, or struggle that you are bottling up? Oh my gosh, this is exactly the topic for pile number 3. This card did not come out, but this was their whole topic basically. So there might be a message for you in pile number 3. Wow, this would have been the perfect card for them. 63, storm. Have you had a loss, shock, or struggle that you are bottling up? That is exactly what pile 3 was doing, is just bottling that up. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your topic and see who are your secret enemies. Oh my goodness. Who are your secret enemies? Pile number 4. And also, what are you bottling up? What is going on here? Let's see. Pile number 4, please. This is a very witchy deck. So for you to have picked this, you probably have very witchy energy, very intuitive, very psychic, very empathic too is what I'm feeling. So you're definitely able to pick up on energies. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was pretty fast. And we have power, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Look at that. And she's here with the dragon too. I think pile 3 also had a dragon in their card, in their reading. Okay, it is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. It is fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Who are your secret enemies? The Ace of Wands. This could be a fire sign, or again, you could be a fire sign. Somebody that seems to be angry with you. Let's see. And they could be the ones bottling up the anger because he has like something in his mouth. I don't know what she threw in his mouth. It looks like weights, right? Like a barbell. And his mouth is closed. She threw it at him. And look, it's like he can't open his mouth and breathe that fire out. So his mouth is closed. So it's in the reverse. So somebody might be bottling up like what they want to say. They might want to like, argue, but they're like holding it in, right? Or this could be you. We have seclusion, the Four of Swords. Look at that air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Seclusion here. Huh. Who are your secret enemies? Yeah, somebody that maybe you're not talking to anymore, but I feel like this person is kind of waiting to say something. It's like they're holding it, but they're waiting for that moment to like, oh, they're going to say it. Like this person is going to, yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like this person wants to like talk their shit. You know what I mean? I'm very angry. I feel a lot of anger coming from this card. And normally this is the card of like needing to rest, needing to heal, needing to lay down, needing some healing, right? Seclusion. But I am actually feeling like this person is like angry. Like they might be in seclusion, but they are angry. Huh. We have Virginal, Queen of Cups. Look at that beautiful energy. Kind of reminds me of Elsa from Frozen. Okay, the Queen of Snow here, right? The Queen of Cups. Virginal, holding it together. Holding the emotions. Her arms are crossed. And that is a very protective energy of protecting your heart, protecting your emotions. And she is standing kind of over this frozen heart shape here. And she's protecting her heart, her emotions. And we do have this cup here, like this crystal cup made of ice here, I think. Look, she has the icy emotions. So you might have closed yourself off to somebody and they might be angry over it. Or you might be the one feeling like, why did they ghost me? Why did they leave me? So it could also be you feeling like, why did this person turn on me? And again, they are your secret enemy. So let's see. Okay, we have Merlin, Merlin the Magician, the Prince of Pentacles. Look at that, and it's in the reverse. Huh. We have Merlin here with the Prince of Pentacles. For some people, I feel like this could have been a relationship where the person was kind of like low key hating on you, even though it was a relationship where they should have been loving you. I feel like it could have been low key them being kind of a hater about you, like looking good or getting compliments or feeling yourself or something good happening. They were like, oh, well, it's not that great. Or, oh, you don't look that good in those, like those shoes and that outfit, like something like that. But it could also be, this could also be, a friend that you've cut out or you just don't talk to anymore, or you had heated words with them. But again, I feel like they want to say more. Like this is somebody that has been in your close circle. You've been good with them, but it's like they want to say. I feel like they want to lash out, honestly, but they're kind of holding it until maybe the moment they feel like, oh, I'm just gonna go off on pile four, which is very messed up. Okay, we have defense. The Nine of Wands in the reverse. Look at that fire element. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sag, and he's holding a knife, though he's naked, which means vulnerability, and he's holding a knife, and it's in the reverse. So you've been vulnerable. You've been very open with this person. You've probably like said everything to them, and again, this could have been a relationship where you were naked in front of them. You were vulnerable. You've given your all to them. You've been very open with them, and it's like now you're on the defense. Now you have to be in seclusion here. It's underneath Nine of Wands is underneath the seclusion card. Now you have to be in seclusion with that knife in your hand, because that knife is kind of like, I'm protecting my energy now. We're no longer in communication, or we're not cool the way we were before, but I'm protecting my energy, because this person is definitely one of those low-key haters when they should have been, loving you here with this Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh, and we have the Magician. Look at that. Gemini energy here. Mercury. Definitely something with the communication is gone. We have Grace with the Three of Cups in the reverse. This is friendship here, and it's in the reverse. So this is a friendship we no longer have. You might be feeling the loss of this friendship. You might be feeling the disconnect here. But again, it doesn't seem like it was solid, or at least not on their part, because it's like maybe you were being solid with them, you were being real with them. Again, you were being vulnerable, you were being you. You were being you. You were being open and vulnerable, and you were being you. You had that Virgin or Queen of Cups energy, but that is not who they were. This person, whether it was a lover or a friend, has this energy of very like I feel manipulative. I feel a manipulative energy here. Okay, you might have felt the storm with this person. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get some more cards. With Merlin here underneath the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and it says power, I feel like this person wanted to control you, or they wanted to take your power from you. Too many cards. Let me get 3, please. Okay. And we have eyes. Look at that with 68. We have eyes. Okay. Are you avoiding a truth on purpose and compromising your integrity? Look at that. So this could have been what happened here. There was a truth that you were avoiding. You were avoiding seeing the truth of this person, whether friendship or relationship was actually a secret enemy. And you were like, no, 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 they love me. I love them. They're my friend. They're my partner. They're whatever they were to you. And again, they didn't give you what you were giving them, you know? And it was a hard truth for you. And that's why I feel you have the Storm card here. That was a painful a shock here. It says a shock. Let me get 2 more, please. All right, there we are. 2 cards. And we have 92, breaking down to an 11, breaking down to a 2, partnership. So it's a card of partnership. This was your partner in crime or your partner in life. But yeah, you're close to this person. Are you becoming more active in life to keep from missing opportunities? Look at that. So yeah, so again, this person probably didn't want you progressing, right? They didn't like that you were looking good or feeling good or progressing in life, and it's like now you're like taking the opportunity to not miss out, you know? Okay, and then we have the frog here, 10, breaking down to a 1. Frog to me is always Pisces, it's always water, but let's go ahead. Frog, are you starting a rebirth of your spiritual life? Yeah, you're definitely starting on a new beginning here. There's definitely changes here for you. Okay. All right, pile number 4. That is someone at the door. I do have to go, but that is what I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 5, the Gummy Bear Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with water. So you could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, okay? Um, I don't know what your topic is. I did, pick it randomly out of this bag. But before we get into it, I do want to pull a card from my Dream Discernment deck just to get a little more information on this message, okay? Okay, pile number 5. Oop. Oh, we have egg as I'm cutting it. Maybe you need to do a cleanse, a spiritual cleanse. Okay, let's see. Pile number 5. Can we get a little information on this topic, please? Sorry if you hear noise outside. The neighbors are mowing their lawn. Okay. Nothing wants to come out. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Really? Nothing is wanting to come out. Okay, let me pull a card at random. This one. This one right here. And we have 94 with Autumn. Okay, look how pretty it is. Autumn. Have you put something to a much needed end to start a new cycle in life? So is there something you've ended to go to another stage here? I mean, we know that autumn is when things start to change, right? The leaves start changing color and they start falling. And so there's something that you've put to an end because you're like set on starting something new. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your topic and see. Oh my goodness, it's wrapped so tightly. Okay, let's see. Should you trust this person? Interesting. You might be asking yourself, should you trust this person? Or maybe your guides are asking you, should you trust this person? Because here we do with Autumn says, have you put something to a much needed end to start a new cycle in life? So maybe you haven't been trusting somebody and maybe you decided to move on, or maybe you decided to give them an opportunity to start a new cycle with them. But let's see. Let's see what's going on here. The question on your topic is, should you trust this person? Pile number 5. And we know 5s are changes, choices, and challenges. Oh my gosh. And on this number 5, I drew a little tree, or supposedly a little tree. Look. And you have the tree here in this autumn card. Look at that tree. Trees represent family. They represent connections. They represent lineages, blood ties, right? Ancestors. So this could be the question about someone in your family, somebody from your lineage. Okay. Should you trust this person, or should you just move on and start a new cycle? Okay, interesting. In this gummy bear tarot, the image here is the Fool. So the Fool is starting on a new journey. So yeah, so it kind of does go with what you picked here. Okay. We have Judgment. Look at that. Okay, card number 20, Scorpio Pluto energy. Card 20, Judgment. This person might be in judgment of you. Maybe they're judging you. Maybe they're talking about you. We have the 8 of Cups in the reverse, water element again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So we definitely do have a lot of water, a lot of connection with this person. But at the same time, there might be some issues with trust because maybe you feel like they talked about you, they backstabbed you, something went wrong, and maybe you're just like trying to move on and say, I'm cutting ties here, even though it hurts, even though we're family because of the trees or whatever, or I consider you family. Maybe having to make those changes, right? I mean, 5s, changes, choices, and challenges. But with the Judgment card here, I am getting, it's Pluto energy. It is transformation. So there is something, yeah, you're changing something. There's a new cycle here in your life. Okay, we have the Empress in the reverse. Okay, Taurus, Libra, and Pisces is exalted by Venus, the ruler of Taurus and Libra. Very interesting. The Empress is normally like the mother or a mother figure or a baby mama or spouse, something like that. And it's in the reverse, so it's like there's something here where you maybe need to maybe like walk away from this person or distance yourself. But I do feel with the Empress in the reverse, she's not very trustworthy, somebody that you can confide in, and somebody that's not going to look out for you, because we know that the Empress, she's going to look out for you. She's very motherly, right? So like a mother watching over her kids. She's in the reverse, so this is somebody that has like a selfish attitude, like a me attitude. So they're not really somebody that is going to have your back. So again, with the topic here, can you trust this person? It almost seems like no. This could be a female, okay, a feminine energy, somebody older than you. And yeah, it could be a mother, a grandmother, an auntie, or again, somebody that maybe you considered family. Like she's not family, but she's almost like family because you've known her since you were little or something like that, right? And we have the 5 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is deception. This is somebody that is definitely going to try their best to play the part and get the win at no matter what the cost is. This is like the card of win at all costs, whether you have to walk on the backs of somebody, if you have to be deceptive about somebody. But yeah, and there is 5 swords here. It is the 5 of Swords. So again, changes, choices, and challenges. And you did pick card number 5. But yeah, this is definitely not somebody that you can trust. And we have the 10 of Wands here. Look at that fire element, Aries, Leo, Sag. So there's a lot of burdens here. There's judgment and burdens. This person probably has put a lot of burdens on you with their judgment, with their negativity, or with just them like not being there for you. This could be a mother that wasn't there for you as a child, and maybe now she's wanting you to be there for her now. And you're like, okay, like you weren't there for me, but you want me around for you. You want me to be there and take care of you or whatever. Sorry, it's so loud out here. Sorry. But yeah, the neighbors are mowing the lawn. So yeah, here with this autumn card, you're definitely starting new. You were probably just like You know, I'm rearranging everything in my life right now. Four of Wands in the reverse, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, underneath the Empress in the reverse. Wow, this could be somebody that definitely dysfunction in the home. So somebody that you live with, again, could be a mother, grandmother, auntie, somebody that you lived with, a lot of dysfunction, arguments, or again, it could be like a baby mama. Maybe you're a masculine and this is like a baby mama drama or something like that, or somebody's baby mama bringing drama. But there's definitely dysfunction here with this person, especially being next to the 10 of Wands, touching the 10 of Wands. It's just, it's like something that you can't put yourself through anymore. You can't engage that in that anymore. Okay, we ended up getting 2 instead of 1. Okay, so we got the Chariot, Cancer energy, which is water. This is moving forward, moving on, exactly what you've been doing. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, okay, Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So moving on and starting new, because what do the pages do? They initiate, they start on a new thing. So it's like getting your coin and saying, you know what, with this coin, I'm moving. With this coin, I'm going to another job, another place to live, whatever this is, I'm going somewhere else. I'm starting new. So I'm starting on a new journey here with this coin. What's on the bottom? 5 of Cups. Look at that. Water element. This is Scorpio. Could also be Cancer, Pisces. Grief here. So there is grief about having to leave this situation, this person behind. It hurts. I'm seeing that this is definitely something that hurts or has hurt you. And you're like, I can't continue to put myself in this anymore. I have to move on. I have to move on. Okay, so let's get some more cards. Let me get 3, please. Now, this could be somebody that you have a child or children with, or this could be somebody from your childhood. You know what I mean? Be a 3, please. Pile number 5. Okay. And we have 28, breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1 with eyeglasses. Okay, it says, are you turning a blind eye to the truth? Wow. Are you turning a blind eye to the truth? And the question you have here is, can you trust this person? So it's like, this is something you already feel that obviously you can't go back to it because you don't feel like you could trust this person. So here you're being asked, well, are you seeing things for what they really are, or are you turning a blind eye? But I honestly, here with it being 28, breaking down to a 1, I do feel like you're initiating, starting on this new path here, and you're no longer turning a blind eye. If at one time you were, you're no longer doing that. There's movement here for you. You understand that this person is how they are. They might not, you feel like they might not ever change, you know, and that's their issue. But your issue is to either continue taking it or not. And I feel like you're not, you're deciding to make a change here. You're deciding to take care of you, your heart, your healing, right? Your heart space. And we have the Wind. Okay, 61 breaking down to a 7. Can you feel the divine asking you to breathe because it's going to be okay? Oh my gosh, look at that. Can you feel the divine asking you to breathe because it's going to be okay? The wind. The wind is moving you. It's moving you forward, just like the wind is moving the leaves off the trees and, you know, flying them away. It's blowing them away. This is how you're changing too. It's like you're moving on, and you need to breathe because it's going to be okay. One more. Okay. And we have 54 breaking down to a 9. 9 is the number of completion. Okay. Could be life path 9 also, which is the humanitarian. And to me, that's always like Aquarius energy. But 9 also could be ninth house, which is Sagittarius's house. And we know Sagittarius is like the traveler. They are also the spiritual leader. They are the teacher. So again, it's kind of like you putting yourself first, and having to understand that, you know, you need to move on in order to do right for yourself. Then you'll be able to do right for others that you love and care about, like your children, or you know what I mean, whoever is in your family, in your home. Okay, so we have television. 54. Are you putting off your perspective and just going with everyone else's? Look at that. So are you putting off your perspective and just going on with everybody else's, what they say, what they see, and you're just like, oh my gosh, okay, let me just go with it. No, you know, so again, it's like, it's kind of like turning that blind eye, right? Turning that blind eye and seeing things for how they really are and seeing people for what they really are. Okay, so it's like, really having your own perspective, and the TV is turned off. So it's like, again, it's like, I'm not going to engage in this. I'm not going to put energy into this. I'm going to turn off the TV and I'm going to move on. I'm going to, do my own thing. Even though somebody might be trying to be judgmental with you and tell you you're doing something wrong, or don't leave, or don't walk away, or you need to help me, you need to be there for me, or this or that. It's like they're trying to take control, but it's like emotional manipulation too, is what I'm getting. And you did pick water element, and we know that the water signs, when they are low vibration, they can be emotional manipulators, and that's what this person is probably like, low, low vibration, and they're an emotional manipulator. So they're like, you have to be there for me, you have to take care of me, you have to this, you have to that. And again, this isn't somebody you could have like trusted or turned to when you needed them, or as a child, or as an adult, or whatever. One more card, please. 31, bring it down to a 4. We have the owl. How is the wisdom, right? And seeing things. Yeah, seeing things for what they really are, and not turning that blind eye. We have owl. Are you seeing the signs that your life is about to shift for the better? Oh, there you go. Are you seeing the signs that your life is about to shift for the better? Because it is. You have the Chariot here. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. It's like we're moving to a new beginning. We're moving to a new beginning that we are working on, because with the earth element, they work on things. They work on those earthly things. They put in the time to learn the lessons and work on them. So it's like you're moving on. You've learned the lessons, and you're moving on to learn other lessons. You're moving on to something else. All right, so that is what I have for you, Pile 5. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.